Greetings, my fellow travelers, and welcome to Spirit Therapy. This week brought to you by screaming children outside. It's the afternoon. It's Wednesday. You know, I just was pushing myself because I felt like things were taking too long to start, to go. Let's just go. Why aren't we going yet? And I realize that that's the lesson for today. Is why can't you push like you did before? Why can't you move forward as quickly as you could before? Because it's a whole new ball game right now. So I hope you enjoyed in some way, fashion, manner your weekend of full moonness, Mercury going, stationing, and then going direct, and then 90,000 other things happening in the planet, in the cosmos, and probably in your life as well. So if you feel a little bit like you just got spit out of a washing machine and you have not gone through the dryer setting yet, that's where I'm at. I think that's the only way to be right now. What are you supposed to do? Everything's changing. Everything's coming towards you in some way, shape, or form. There's money things and job things and relationship things and body things and where's the time, where's my stillness things. I said it was going to get exciting. Clearly that was correct. And speaking of moving on, next week, next session, next week as in this week, it's always now. Happy Gemini. Happy birthday to the twins. You thinkers, you innovators, you creative, kinetic, let me figure it out, just let me put my brain on it and we're gonna do this, hopefully. That's my feeling on Geminis. Air sign, very fast in the brain, very fast in the brain. A little different from Taurus, all about fast on the earth, but not really fast, but plotting. But do you see all the 90 things I'm doing with every step? That's where we came out of. And now, here we are in Gemini. So, speaking, this also helps me to understand why this video took so long to come out. Yes, I've been traveling, and yes, a little bit about me. I've been doing some other things that have popped up that I've done for a long time in my life, but are now coming to light, to fruition, and for me, that's music. So I've been traveling a lot, going to record and tune in, so there's this whole other element thrown in, and then add in the cosmos, and it's Wednesday when you said it would be Monday. You know, what are you going to do? I thought maybe I should change it to Wednesdays. Look, if it's coming out on Wednesday, if that's easier, just say it's Wednesday. And I don't really know if that's true yet. Monday might be just fine. So I'll pass that tidbit on to you. I don't think it's necessarily time to be changing things that you think might work better in a different way. They may, and they may end up being Wednesday instead of Monday, but I don't think we really know yet. So we can take a lesson from the snail. Slow and steady wins the race. And that's yet another paradox because there's nothing slow about it. 1 inch might as well be light years right now. So, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed and a little like, where is the center? It's because the center, it's there like it always is, but it's moving around on water. That's how I can describe it. Even though we're in air right now, the motion is like coming out of a washing machine, being in water, and just in constant sort of movement. So how do you find your stillness? How do you find your center in times like those? However you can, whatever it takes, really, to make it easier for yourself right now, to make it more calm and this moment, that moment. We keep talking about the moment, but it's so powerful. It's only yielding more and more power when you can really just go, okay, yes, there's a bazillion things on my plate, but it's still just moment to moment, now. So what's first? What's second? Pull some ropes, pull some levers, and be still if you can. And when it's time to be still, you'll know it. So, preparing for this, part of also what took so long is because what in God's name do you talk about? There's so many things going on, and I'm not even going to go into the astrology. Happy non-Mercury retrograde, but there's still a lot of guys in retrograde. Happy changing of the signs. Happy on the other side of a full moon, so everything expanded this weekend and now is coming back down to, okay, we're not in the giant fun house anymore. But where are we? What is this room? And that's it. And that's it. And then add in your life and all of your details, and that's where we're at. And if you're feeling something different, I would love to know what it is. I don't know. I'm going to go as bold as to say I think every single person on the planet, again, whether they know it or not, is going through this cycle. And so if we can be cognizant of it, I guess it'll help. It has to help. You know, if you've been watching these videos for a while, and thank you so much, all of you out there that have been watching. I notice you and I appreciate you so much going on this journey with me. But if you've been watching these videos, you know, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. Yeah, geez Louise. I don't know what I was going to say. Amazing. It's amazing. Who knows where you want to be, what you want to say. I don't know. Are we going off a tangent? I thought that was a really good start. Do we stop and do it again? I don't think so. I think we're going to stick with it. So anyway, that's where we're at. And wow, see, isn't that funny? It's like all tuned in watching, and then you have all these levers going and all these pulleys going, and you kind of go, oh wow, there's a lot of pulleys and levers going, and then you let go of one and the rope snaps, and you know, your sail's coming around about to hit you in the face. Maybe I brought you up because being in gratitude for what you do have about you and how we're all going through this together is really the whole point. It's funny because, you know exactly what I just said, but I don't. It's pretty trippy. So let's see, in the last couple minutes, to give you some pointers here. These children are just hysterical. I noticed that you can't really hear them so much unless it's like in the headphones. So, sailing your boat while all these things are going on. And here we are, nonetheless. So many exciting things. Maybe there are other things going on. But it's just a constant learning. And now we have, okay, here we go. Do I look blurry? Amazing. We'll see if this one makes it. But anyway, we have Memorial Day weekend coming up, and it brought up the idea of obligation. What are our obligations? We've talked about our responsibilities, but I think that's kind of different from obligations. So I realized in my own life, I don't really go for Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, all these days. Doesn't really mean anything to me, but it means a lot of things to a lot of people, good and bad. So it's my choice to take that time as my own vacation, but to be on my own. Unless something super exciting shows up, then sure, yeah, we'll break our rule. Not really a rule, but it's a little bit of a rule because it's comfortable to me. And there's a whole wave of what we're supposed to do. And now is the time, Valentine's Day, go buy some cards and flowers and candy or get a date, right? Same thing with Memorial Day. Come on, man, find some friends and family, and or you have to go if you have friends and family that are inviting you. And it made me think about obligation. And at this point, if we're really listening to obligation anymore, I don't know, whose life is it? And just because that's the cycle, that's the rotation, you're supposed to do these things at this time because everyone else is doing it, before you know it, you're doing a whole lot of things that you don't really want to do. And that's different from, it wouldn't be an obligation if you were like, but I can't wait until a Memorial Day and it's so much fun with all my friends and barbecuing and getting our drink on or whatever you do. And that's great. So that's not what I'm talking about. But everyone has obligations in their life. And so to realize, I just wrote it in my automatic writing, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. And that's across the board. And people can think whatever they're going to think. Family, friends, neighbors, but to constantly do things because everyone else is doing it, you know, unless it's fun, when is it your time to do what you want to do? Exactly what you want to do. And I noticed this in my own listening to myself and having obligations come up, not for this weekend, but, you know, in the future, and deciding that I just don't want to. And does that make me the weird family member? And it's not that I don't love them. I just don't like certain situations. And I know that about myself. And so the feeling came up and I just listened to myself and honored whatever it is that I had to say. Whether it was popular or what anyone else would think or might feel about it, it was irrelevant. So, and that made me feel so much better. Like I cried tears of sweet relief that I was really listening to myself. So I pass that on to you. I know this report's been all over the place. We'll see. Maybe we'll be doing it right again because I can't stand it. You never know what's going to happen until it's over. So, but if you are watching this, then I guess that was the last lesson I was going to put out there is I don't know how you can make things perfect right now. I mean, perfect, of course, is all relative. But it looks like the universe is trying to teach us that perfect is all around us at every moment. Always perfect in its imperfection. Always. And so stop trying to make it so perfect and stop trying to be, I don't know, some sort of cookie cutter porcelain figurine on your mantle that's always just glistening, possibly dusty. That's the worst that can happen to it. We're not that. We're so much more exciting and so many more dimensional. So I guess what I'm saying is this beginning of Gemini, new thoughts, new ideas, new activities, new movements, endeavors, encounters, environments. Enjoy and know where the center is and know where the stillness is, even if you are not in the center and you are not still. You can still be still and in the center, even if you don't know you are. And I'll leave you with that, because that's very Gemini. And in love and light, I bid you good night, good day, and good life.